If you're a small business owner and it feels like you're stuck on the six-figure hamster wheel, that can be super frustrating. So let me show you how to break free from that. I mean, one month it seems like you're doing great, and the next month there's nothing going on. And in between, you're doing everything you know to do. You're working harder and faster, but it just feels like you keep hitting the same obstacles. Don't have enough time, don't have enough money. Let me show you how to break free from that. But more importantly, I want to show you how I learned about this to start with. When I was interviewing seven-figure earners for my new book, The Thinking Patterns of Success, there was one thing that they all did to take things to the next level in their life, and that's this right here. This is the Nobel Nominated Mind Scan. What it does is it prints up a graph of your thinking patterns. Now in this video, I want to show you some really cool findings from that will help you to break free from that six-figure hamster wheel so we can take you to the next level. Real quick, a little bit about the mind scan. By mapping things out, we're able to see where blind spots are that could be tripping you up. We're able to see where some strengths are that we could be leveraging. So if you're stuck, it's super important to get things mapped out, just like when you're in the corn maze, right? I mean, when you're going down the road, you're not sure if you should go left or right. Well, you could guess which way to go, but good golly, you'll wear yourself out by the end of the day. If we just stand on a ladder, we can see the whole thing. Now there's no longer a mystery to it. And that's the power of having things mapped out. We can see right away, and that's why the seven-figure earners in the book use this process to take things to the next level, because it's so powerfully efficient. Now, if you want to learn more about that, just hop over to mindsetperformance.co. But right now, I want to show you some pretty cool findings that came out of that. This will help you to get off the six-figure hamster wheel so we can go to the next level. Right here is a small snapshot of the thinking pattern of a very common entrepreneur. And one of the things we see here is in this middle column, taking action, they have a real high value on taking action. This is the kind of person that if there's more on their to-do list and they have time to get done, they try to solve that problem by working harder and faster. And that's why we call this pattern the chevron of stress whenever it shows up. It makes sense that working harder and faster is going to move the ball forward, but what really happens, if we're honest about it, it just leaves you with not enough time, not enough money, not enough results. Feel like you spent your whole day doing someone else's job. Super frustrating way to try to get things done. What I want you to do is to think of somebody real quick that you admire. It seems like they always have more than enough time. They always have more than enough money. It seems like the less they work, the more they make. They might own 3 companies, but they'll only work 10 or 15 hours a week. Got them in mind? Whenever we do a mind scan with that individual, get their thinking mapped out, this is what it looks like. Notice in these side columns here, real high values, but a low value for taking action. Well, that's kind of weird. Why would they have a low value on action? Why does the person with the most results, the most free time, the most income, why do they value taking action the least? But instead, they have a high value on process and systems. Process and systems aren't action. They have a high value on how people feel. How people feel is an action. But whenever this pattern shows up, we call it the leadership V. The reason is the leader's job is to build systems and build relationships. If you're doing the work, there's a hard limit on what you can do in a block of time. And if you spend your time doing the work, then tomorrow you're going to be the one that has to do it again. But if instead you spend your time building a system to support you and you spend your time building a relationship to support you, you'll never have to do it again. As a general rule, if you're doing the work in your business, you're falling behind. You want to build systems and people to empower you. Real quick, if you're stuck on the six-figure hamster wheel, simply stop doing things. Stop trying to do everything to get it done and start causing things. Leaders cause. Stressed out struggle bunnies are trying to do it all themselves. If you want to learn more about this process, the mind scan and the difference it's been making for the seven-figure earners, just hop over to mindsetperformance.co. I hope this video has served you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next training.